Welcome, welcome. I'm Sophia from Lipstick Junkie Forever, and today I'm going to be covering the 10 the 10 makeup items from the drugstore that are $10 or less that I love the most. Drugstore items are getting better than they were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even 3 years ago. You know, the technology is improving, and I'm finding that there are more and more things that I prefer to, more and more things from the drugstore that I prefer to use over the higher end versions of them. And of course, it really helps that they're like cheaper than $10 or $10 on the dot. There is one item that is an honorable mention that I have to stick to the end of this video because it is just a tiny bit above $10, but stick around to the end of the video for that so you can see what it is. But let's get started. Before we do jump into the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. That way it tells me that you like these videos and you want more of these videos, but also it helps with the YouTube algorithm. But because I don't want this to be too long, let's get started. And the first product I want to talk about are the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundations. I love this foundation. I love how thin it is. I love how good of a coverage it has. I love how it looks like skin, but at the same time has the coverage. Did I mention the coverage? I find that on me, this is almost full coverage. It definitely wipes out the appearance of redness. If I have blemishes that are particularly red, I can just put this on. I originally found it in the bottle version, but I prefer the pouches because the pouches are just easier to travel with. I think they might just be more environmentally friendly as well. But really for me, it's just that I really have found that I can just stick these really easily into my makeup bag and go wherever it is that I need to go. Amazon's currently having a sale where the bottles are like $3.15 each, and so I bought two. I'm gonna link that below because if you can get either these or these, whichever you prefer, just get them and get them when they're on sale because they're an amazing foundation. They lay on really nicely. They look skin-like. They cover really well. And then, most importantly, because we wear masks now all the time, I find that when I'm going out and I have to put a mask on, I can carefully remove the mask. But I can remove the mask after even a full day of wearing it, and I will still have like very little rubbing off, if any at all. So highly recommend these. Sticking with the base product, since I was just talking about the foundation, I want to talk about the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. I think it's called Skin Veil. Tinted Skin Veil. This is like just a skin tint, and I absolutely love it. This is one of the most beautiful products, and it shocked me how beautiful it is. It's only $4.99, I believe. I paid $4.99 for it at Target, and it blew me away. It's got a light to medium coverage, and basically I find that it makes my skin look like skin, but slightly enhanced. It looks beautiful. It evens out the skin tone. If I have any redness, it covers that. But you can see my beauty marks. You can see any freckles that I have. You can see any blemishes that I have. So again, if you want to cover that, you can. But I actually like that you can see those things because I wear this whenever I want to look like I'm not wearing much makeup. As much as I love the Maybelline, and I do think that looks very much like skin as well, that is more full coverage on me. This is not. This is definitely more light to medium on me, and I absolutely love it. So I really highly recommend this if you can find it. They're actually not that hard to find, but my shade currently is light medium. I wear this because this is my tan shade. So when I am less tan, I'm either gonna mix this with the Maybelline or I'm just going to get another one. But, I should mix it with Maybelline. I wonder what that's gonna look like. But I think that overall, this is a really beautiful formula. I think it's really affordable, and I did not expect as much from this as I actually got. Again, it's like my skin, but enhanced. It's beautiful. I highly recommend it. Go get it. Now, the next item actually did blow my mind, if I didn't realize makeup could blow my mind, but it did. And it is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Loose Setting Powder. This is incredible. This is an incredible product. It is so finely milled. It is so thin on the skin that you do not see it. It is not noticeable at all. However, it sets your makeup, but it doesn't make you look matte or flat. It leaves your skin looking like skin. And I found that that was exactly what I was looking for. And it is exactly what it gave me. And I loved it. I find that it is in my collection closest to the NARS Radiant Light, Light Reflecting. I think it's NARS Light Reflecting Loose Setting Powder. I think so. Don't quote me on it. It's a really long name, but it's their loose setting powder, and I love that too. And I'm using that too. And you know why I'm using that too? Because I paid money for it and it costs a lot of money. But this is, I find, really beautiful and really close to that. Absolutely adore this. I highly recommend it. My skin always looks like skin after I've used it, so nobody can see that I'm wearing this extra layer of powder. It's just the best thing to come around. I mean, I'm telling you, it blew my mind. The technology at the drugstore level has really advanced in the last few years because I did not anticipate that when I bought it. The next item I want to talk about is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This is in the shade Be My Highlight, 10 Be My Highlight. There is another shade that is, I think, a little bit more golden. I can't really pull that off, but this one is absolutely beautiful. And the way I use it is not as a highlighter, even though it is absolutely stunning as a highlighter. I use it as a finishing powder all over the face. I think you can see it on both my cheek and like a little bit on my forehead. It gives a nice, beautiful glow without being overwhelming. I would say that this is very similar to some of the Hourglass products, but at like a small fraction of the price. Like really, really small. Because again, this is $5 at Ulta. And if you buy this and other things, you can use a coupon on it on top of that and get it for even less. Blows my mind, but it's possible. So highly recommend this. And again, I love it so much that this is my second one. The next item I want to talk about is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. I think that this is such a beautiful cream bronzer formula. It is this balmy, thin formula that you can put on. They have multiple shades of this. In stores, I can only really ever find 2 shades. I have the shade Tan Lines that works really well for me. I think there's a deeper shade that I generally find in stores, but I think I saw more than 4 on the e.l.f. website. They are $6, and this little tiny thing, by the way, this thing is 10 grams of product. Now, I have been using it. There's a bit of a dip in there. I don't know if you can see it from so far away, but I have been using it and I absolutely love it. Again, thin, balmy formula. And the reason I love it so much is because it doesn't sit in this heavy manner on the skin that some other cream bronzers do. And it works really well with the thin skin tints and thin foundations that I mentioned earlier. There's a reason I wear those foundations. There's a reason I mentioned both of those formulas at the beginning of this video, because I like how thin they are and I'd like that effect to remain so. So e.l.f. Putty Bronzer, get yourself some. Highly recommend it. $6. You're really not going to find it cheaper than this. The next item I want to talk about is also from e.l.f. and it is the e.l.f. Shadow Luxe Eyeshadow Primer. How do I know that name? It's not because they put it on the product. It's because I had to look it up because I could not find it anywhere else. It's literally only online. But that's okay because this is $3. It's a really great primer for the eyeshadow. The eyeshadow I find lasts all day on it, all night, however long you need it to. It is a sheer formula. I don't know if I have anything left in here because this is an empty actually. This is an empty for me. I don't know if you can even see anything. You can probably see something. I don't know. Maybe I'll zoom in. But there's like very, very little left. I can't get enough to actually use for eyeshadow. like eyeshadow priming. There's just enough maybe to show, but that's okay. $3 locks your eyeshadow onto your face, onto your eyelids, and stays on. It is incredible. This is pretty much akin to higher end eyeshadow primers. And again, $3, and this lasts for a very long time. It has a wand, so it's easy to apply on the eyelids. It is sheer. I do sometimes prefer that my primers not be sheer because I do have veining on my eyelids that come out when I don't sleep very much, and I've not been getting as much sleep as I would prefer. But highly recommend this product. $3. And the Lipstick Junkie has finally reached the lipstick section of this. So the next item I want to talk about is the L'Oreal Color Riche Le Nude Intensely Pigmented Lipsticks. I think that's what it's called, but close enough. My shade is in 171 Nude Confident. I absolutely love it. It is a beautiful pinky nude lipstick. It applies beautifully. It lasts all day. It is currently a little bit light for the level of self-tanness that I'm at right now. I have a swatch of it that I swatched on the back of my hand. By the way, it does look more pinky than nude on my hand. However, this is supposed to work with the pigmentation of your lips. My lips are moderately pigmented, and over my lips with my skin tone, this looks beautiful, like a beautiful nude, pinky nude. Those are difficult to find, especially for when I am fair. I tend to, when I don't have fake tan around, I am very, very fair with neutral undertones. So this is just, this is a lie. This is a lie here, okay? It's all a lie. And the next item I want to talk about is also a lip product, but this time it's a lip gloss. It is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss, and this is in the shade, what do I have? This is in Silk. I have another one in Moon. I don't know where that is. I put it somewhere. I have no idea where that is. This is about, I think, $6.99 I found at Target. I absolutely love it. It's got like a really big doe foot applicator, very similar to the Fenty glosses. And it has, it's got hyaluronic acid, so it plumps up the lips as well without giving that like minty taste and feeling. I hate that feeling. I really, really do. This is what I'm wearing on my lips right now. This is again in the shade Silk, and somebody had mentioned that this is a dupe for the Fenty gloss in the shade Fussy. Let me save you some money. It's not. These are two different things. However, Moon is a dupe for the Fenty Glow Gloss. That's why I bought that too, but I remember now why I can't find this one in Moon. It's because I put it away because the Fenty Glow Gloss is not my favorite. It doesn't look very good on my skin tone, although now that I'm tanned, maybe it would, but I don't know where it is, okay? I don't know where it is. I have a lot of makeup. I put it away somewhere, and I can't find it. So I'm either going to have to go on a hunt or buy another one. We'll see. And the next items I want to talk about are also lip products, and they are these lip liners from NYX. Now, they have a really long name, so I'm going to have to read that because I cannot remember the whole thing. These are the NYX Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely a Turn On Waterproof Extreme Color Lip Liner. My God, that was in one breath. And under that, in parentheses, it says this lip liner is so good, the name had to be this long. Now, NYX, it did not actually have to be this long, but okay. I have this in two shades. I have it in Bed Rose, which is this bottom one, and Nude Suede Shoes. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to say, but it was. What I like about these is that they are creamy when you're applying them, but they dry down and remain dry. Usually when a lip liner glides on, it just as easily glides off and onto whatever it is that your lips are touching. So with this, what I love is that they glide on very smoothly, so they're not tugging on your lips. The formula, just doesn't, it's not gonna create new wrinkles. I got enough. I don't want any more being created. So they'll glide on really smoothly and you can fill the whole lip in, but then it will dry down and remain completely matte. So you can apply something else over it. You can apply a gloss over it. You can apply a lipstick over it, and then it will just wear down gently throughout the day. When I wore these, every time I wore these, I had to remove this with an eye makeup remover in order to remove them. I really, really love this. I don't know what else to say. These were, I believe, about $7.99 at Target. A little expensive for Target, because generally Target's a little bit cheaper. However, the quality on these is fantastic, so you pay for quality, and NYX is a wonderful brand, so I'm more than happy to pay for quality. What can I say? I love these. Get these for yourself. You don't have to get both, but you do have to get at least one. You have to get at least one. And the final item I want to talk about in the core products that are $10 or less is also from NYX, and it is the Micro Brow Pencil. This stuff is really incredible. It's got like this really thin tip. I would love to bring this up, but I can't. I just finished this yesterday. And I had this for like a really, really long time, mainly because it is in the shade brunette, so it is just a tiny bit too dark for me, but also because I am Eastern European and we only come in the very hairy variety, so we actually have to remove hair from around the eyebrows, so I really didn't need a lot of this. I just really needed it a tiny bit to fill in like a few strokes here and there in the brows, which the thin tip really allowed me to do very easily, but also to draw, to fill in the area around the arches of my brows to make them look the way they look right now. But I really needed very, very little of this, so this lasted months and months and months and months. So for a $10 investment, it was really, really a good investment for me. And you can find it for $10 basically everywhere, at Target and any other place that carries NYX products. And if you go to Ulta and it's $10 there, and you get something else that is, $5, you can use a coupon. Maybe you can get the Essence highlighter. So these two together, and you can probably use a coupon. So highly recommend it. And the final product I want to talk about, the one that is not in the core products of 10 under 10, the one that's the honorable mention, is the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum. This stuff is basically magic for the under eyes, for me at least. The reason I love this concealer more than I love basically most, if not all other concealers at this point in my life, is because this does not settle in the fine lines that I have under my eyes. I've had these fine lines that haven't gotten worse over the years, maybe because I've been slathering on lotions and potions constantly, but they formed before I started the lotion potion system of skincare. I have these fine lines under my eyelids that I've not been able to get rid of, but every time I put concealer on underneath under my eyes, and in that area, that concealer settles, and it's every single concealer, regardless of how I set it, what spray I use on it, how I apply it. It doesn't matter. How much I paid for it, it doesn't matter. This is, I find, the only one that hasn't been settling in to those fine lines, and I appreciate that about a concealer. It is $10.98, that's why I couldn't include it in the 10 under 10. But you know what? I mean, I guess it's got that 10 in the beginning. We might be able to kind of like go with that theme anyway. Again, highly recommended. Tell me later what you think. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed making it, and I hope to make some more of these in the future. I hope you will come to see them. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and see you soon. Bye.